Sally's, and St. Mark's. All of those teams made the playoffs. In the playoffs, the number 1 seed will be the Middletown Cavaliers. Seeded 2 will be Sally's. And those 2 teams will receive first-round byes. The number 3 seed, Dover Senators, will be hosting the number 6 seed, the St. Mark's Spartans, on Friday night at 7:30. Then in Division 2, the top seed is St. George's. They're 9-1 and will face the Henlopen South champion, the Indian River Indians, 6-4, on Friday night at 7:30. The Indians will be the number 8 seed. Meanwhile, for the 2nd seed, the Hodson Eagles, they will collide with the number 7 seed, Howard, 7-3, on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Woodbridge is the 6th seed, 7-3 on the season, and will play at number 3 Tower Hill, who's undefeated. Game time 7:30 on Friday night. And the Delmar Wildcats will represent the Henlopen South as the highest seeded team downstate at the number 4 position. The Wildcats will be in action on Saturday night at 7:30 against Caravel. Caravel is seeded number 5 and 7-3 on the year. A lot of good games going on this weekend, but make sure you tune in for this week's Delaware High School football Under the Lights Game of the Week. I'm Anthony Joseph, and join me before the game for the Del 1 pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. It's the 7-3 William Penn Colonials taking on the 7-3 Caesar Rodney Riders. You can catch this important matchup on Hot Country 107.7 and catchitlive.com. Until Saturday night, so long, everybody.
This is Bill Hansen with First State Chevrolet in Georgetown, your hometown Chevy dealer located in the heart of Henlopen Conference sports country. We're your one-stop for all of your automotive needs with new Chevrolet sales and service as well as a full-service body shop all in one convenient location. Come see our courteous, friendly staff and see how our employees make the difference. You can stop in and see us on Route 113 in Georgetown. You can call us at 856-2521 or visit us on the web at firststatechevy.com. First State Chevrolet, where we put you, the customer, first.
This game is being brought to you by Del 1 Federal Credit Union, Delaware Electric Co-op, Fitzgerald's Salvage and Recycling, Milford Southern States, Smith's Family Restaurant, and Satterfield and Ryan.
I'd like to welcome in my special guest, Rich Gannon, who's the former Blue Hen All-American and former MVP of the Oakland Raiders. Thanks, Rich, for taking the time.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's an exciting time of the year. Preseason football is just concluding. We're getting ready to start the NFL season on Thursday night, and, of course, college football is well underway.
I want to first talk about Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Flacco last year threw for a career-high 3,817 yards, including 22 touchdowns, just threw 10 interceptions, and collected the Super Bowl MVP honors in their 34-31 win over the 49ers at the Superdome in New Orleans. How proud are you of Flacco's accomplishments?
Well, I'm extremely proud, not only as a former Blue Hen, but as a friend of Joe's. I just thought he was terrific last year, and particularly in light of what happened. I mean, it was such an unusual year where they lost 3 of the last 4 games. They replaced the offensive coordinator, Cam Cameron, with Jim Caldwell late in the season. And, Joe really never missed a beat. He took such good care of the football in the postseason, made some big-time throws, and he just seemed to play his best when it mattered the most. And, I think the thing that's so impressive about Joe is his poise under pressure. And I just, it really has the uncanny ability to focus in and make good decisions when it matters the most. And I think the other thing that he's probably most proud of, aside from the fact that he's a Super Bowl MVP and a world champion, is the fact that for 5 straight seasons now, he's had the good fortune of directing his team to the postseason. Not a lot of quarterbacks can say that in their first 5 seasons.
In the Super Bowl, Rich, against the San Francisco 49ers, what play stood out the most in your mind?
I think the early touchdown to Anquan Bolden. I just think he got off to a good start. I think that's always important in a game like that. But, I don't know if there's any one play. I just thought he just really showed great poise. Again, you know how important ball security is in any game, but particularly in a playoff game. And he just, again, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions in the postseason. To me, that was probably the most important and most impressive statistic.
What are the chances that the Baltimore Ravens can become the first NFL team to win back-to-back titles since New England back in 2005, especially without Ray Lewis, Antoine Bolin, and Ed Reed?
Well, it's certainly possible, although I would say in today's game with free agency and such, it's really hard because each year you're starting over. You mentioned a number of key contributors are no longer there. You not only lose their production on the field, but their leadership, their toughness, their experience. I think that more of that responsibility is going to fall on Joe now, and I think he's certainly capable. But it's a tough division, it's a tough conference. We know that, and I'm curious to see how he does.
Now, the Ravens invested a number 1 draft pick in the former Florida safety, Matt Elam. What are your thoughts on the addition of Elam?
Well, I like what they've done, and I just think that, you got to give Ozzie Newsome and John Harbaugh a lot of credit. I mean, they've got a draft and develop philosophy. I think they're very particular when it comes to free agency, if there's a guy that fits. But other than that, they're going to try and make good decisions for the football team, and so far, so good for the Baltimore Ravens. Now,
the Cincinnati Bengals, Tyler Eifert from Notre Dame was drafted 20th overall, Giovanni Bernard in the 2nd round, and Margus Hunt with some of the selections made from the Cincinnati Bengals. They were voted from the media as the NFL draft winners. Do you agree?
Well, I think they've done a nice job. I don't know. It's so hard to tell, who the draft winners are until it's all said and done. You see how it all shakes out. I think they've done a nice job there. I think they've got some good young players that will contribute offensively. You look at, they already got a Pro Bowl tight end in Jermaine Gresham, who went to a Pro Bowl a couple of years ago. So I really like Eifert and what he can do. In terms of Jay Gruden's ability to put 2 tight ends on the field, I also like Giovanni Bernard, who's a much different back than what they already have in Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. He brings, the explosiveness, the big play ability to an offense that needs that at the running back position.
Who are the teams that you think will advance to this year's Super Bowl at MetLife Stadium?
Well, again, it's so hard to predict. I would tell you that I think Atlanta is a team that's got a really good chance in the NFC. They got a veteran quarterback who's been really outstanding in his first 5 seasons as well. I like the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots to go head-to-head in the AFC Championship game. I just think that talking about the best quarterbacks in the business, and Brady and Manning, and I think Denver's helped themselves defensively. I keep an eye on Denver in the West. Were you surprised that Tim Tebow was cut from New England? No, I really wasn't. I love Tim Tebow. I think he's a fine young man. But in order to survive in this league at the quarterback position, you've got to be an accurate passer, and he's really struggled in that area. It just hasn't worked out. And my sense is if he really wants to play, he ought to go to Canada or to another league. I just don't think he can get that opportunity in the NFL. Do you think Christian Ponder will lead the Minnesota Vikings to a Super Bowl? I don't know. I think that they tried to improve the talent around him. They went out and got Greg Jennings. They went out and got Cordell Patterson to help him in terms of the passing game. But I don't know that he's ever going to be, he's certainly not going to be an Aaron Rodgers type player. He's more of a system quarterback, I think, that can play well if the talent around him is playing well in terms of the running game and the receivers and tight end. They've got a good offensive line, which is a good start for a young quarterback like that. But I'm not convinced that he's ever going to be a perennial Pro Bowler. Now, you live in Minnesota. What are your thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings' new stadium, which will seat 65,000 and contain the largest clear roof in the country? Well, I'm excited. I think it's time for a new stadium up here. I think that certainly the fans up here in Minnesota are excited, and you look at the current situation. The Metrodome is one of the worst facilities in football. The Vikings plan on playing outside at the University of Minnesota Stadium until the new facility is completed. But hey, the owner and the league have committed almost $500 million to getting this thing built, and I'm excited to see that it's going to get done, and it needs to get done soon. Do you think with this new stadium it will help their chances of bringing a Super Bowl to Minnesota? Well, it can't hurt, but I don't think a stadium has a lot to do with it. I think it's the players, it's the coaching, it's the system. It's the leadership on that team, and I think the only thing I would say about the Minnesota Vikings is we're a 10-6 team a year ago, coming off of a 3-13 season the year before. I think they surprised a lot of people, including themselves. I just don't know about their chances this year in the division. I think Chicago was 10-6 last year, and they fired their head coach. I think it's going to be hard for the Vikings to make the postseason. Okay, thanks, Rich. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Trailers. Jim Weller here, and if you need a trailer, give me a call. Open and closed, new, used, rusty, dusty, whatever. If you need a used trailer, give me a call. Got a used trailer you want to sell? Give me a call. Want to talk turkey? Give me a call. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hey folks, Colin Walls here for Walls Service Center. Have you turned your car's AC on only to find out it's blowing hot air? Are you tired of the quick fix that only lasts a couple of days? If so, come see me at Walls Service Center. Walls Service Center has been automotive air conditioning specialist for over 50 years. Stop in. We're located on Northeast Front Street in downtown Milford, or give us a call. 422-8110.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Bridgeville, and today let's talk about carports. Different roof styles, colors, shapes, sizes, lengths, widths, and so on. If you need a carport, call Weller's today. They include free delivery and setup right to your yard. Give me a call today.
Catch it live streaming of your events in high-definition video to anywhere in the world. Call Jim at 337-7300, 337-7300, 337-7300. No event too small. Don't miss out on watching the big games with your friends and family this weekend. The best place is at the Green Turtle in Dover. Sit back and score big with the Green Turtle boneless wings, sandwiches, crab dip, veggie trays, cheeseburger sliders, and more. You can't go wrong enjoying the delicious food at the Green Turtle while watching your favorite teams. Plus, all day, every day, military will receive 15% off at the Green Turtle in Dover. Stop by the Green Turtle in Dover at 391 North DuPont Highway or call 264-9612. And remember to like the Green Turtle on Facebook.
I'm Gary Rhodes from Milford Southern States. Expect nothing less than a superior performance day when using a Mahindra tractor. The Mahindra tractor can lift heavy loads, and with its cast iron chassis, it provides traction, stability, and control. At Milford Southern States, we feature a full line of Mahindra tractors, including the 3616 four-wheel drive that can carry firewood, dirt, manure, and also clear away snow. It also comes with a deluxe suspension and an easy access fuel tank. Call us at Milford Southern States, 422-8066. Farmer owned since 1923.
Little Caesars, home of the $5 large hot and ready pizza. That would be a hot and ready cheese, pepperoni, or sausage pizza. Or if you like the deep dish, you've got to try our deep dish pizza. 4 crispy corners, caramelized cheese, piping hot and perfect to satisfy any appetite. Don't forget the sides. Caesar wings, boneless wings, Italian cheese bread, pepperoni bread, or everyone's favorite, the crazy bread combo. 8 pieces of crazy bread with a side of marinara sauce for dipping. Little Caesars, where the pizza's made fresh and the price is a fresh value.
Pizza. Jim Weller here, and I wanted to let you know that our radio show, Weller Does Delmarva, will be broadcasting live Saturday morning from the car show at the Millsboro Country Festival. From 8 to 9 a.m., Colin Walls will be hosting it. Stop by and tell him hi. I'll be calling in from the Bike to the Bay event in Dover. Also, you can watch us at catchitlive.com. We are looking for show sponsors. If interested, give me a call at 337-7300. Enjoy our show Saturday mornings on Delaware 105.9.
That's right, Jim. Hey, Colin Walls here, and I'm going to have a very special co-host, Mr. Millsboro himself, State Representative John Atkins. John's going to be giving us all the inside information about what's going on in Millsboro. So be sure to tune in, Delaware 105.9 or catchitlive.com this Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for Weller Does Delmarva, live from the car show at the Millsboro Country Festival.
When severe weather strikes, a Generac generator from Satterfield and Ryan will keep your home running smoothly and your family safe and secure. Satterfield and Ryan is Delaware's only elite power pro dealer, providing professional sales, superior service, and quality repairs. Satterfield and Ryan in Milford, online at delawaregenerators.net. Call 302-422-4919. Satterfield and Ryan. Get the job done right the first time.
Do you have metal? Get it to Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling. Fitzgerald's pays you cash. Fitzgerald's will pick up your unwanted vehicles and will buy your car or lawnmower batteries. If it's made of metal, Fitzgerald's pays cash and recycles it, which helps the environment. Fitzgerald's will also pick up and deliver roll-off dumpsters, and they accept electronics too, including cell phones and computers. Fitzgerald's is local and family-owned since 1935. Go to fitzgeraldsonline.com or find us on Facebook.
In anticipation of the big game, Little Caesars invites you to shake up your party with large, freshly made, hot and ready pepperoni pizzas for just $5 each. Score big by adding a crazy combo, Italian cheese bread, or hot and ready Caesar wings. Make Little Caesars your big game party headquarters and celebrate with large hot and ready pepperoni pizzas for just $5.
It's the anniversary sale at the Sewing Outlet in Fedelsburg. You can save 20% off all in-stock fabric, wallpaper, notions, and more. Plus, you will receive 50% off on select items. The Sewing Outlet has been the place for all your decorating needs.